Hi everyone, I'm Joe and this is Beth, and we'd like to welcome you all to the Hidden Haven Homestead.
Joe and I have been married for 26 years. We have 4 grown children. 2 of our girls have gotten married, and so we have 2 sons added to that mix, and then we are expecting our first grandbaby in a few months.
So I grew up on this farm that we now call our homestead, and when I was growing up we had multiple opportunities to make money. My family, we had a hay crew and we'd haul between 35 and 50,000 square bales every year, and that, along with cutting wood in the wintertime and the normal chores that come with every day living on the farm, that helped me pay for all of my college. It also helped put a big down payment on our first house.
I was raised on a Morgan horse farm, and I had the responsibility of making sure that they had food and water, and animals have to depend on people, and so we wanted our kids to learn that responsibility as well.
So about 10 years ago, we decided to get out of the country city life and get our kids down on the farm where they could experience the same opportunities that we had for tending to animals and actually have a chance to make some money doing things for other people in the community, and having animals that they could care for, garden and things like that, like chores that they could actually enjoy.
We planted our first crop before we even built our house. The blackberries were the first thing. Joe always loved blackberries. He used to go out and have to pick blackberries when you covered up and got thorny and sugars, and so he always wanted to plant a crop of thornless blackberries.
So our first thing we planted, we had one row before we ever even built the house. I put it in a row of thornless blackberries, a 75-foot row. There were 15 plants, and we also put some strawberries in next to them. The blackberries are still there. The strawberries are gone. All the blackberries that we have now came from that original row.
And we have well over 75 feet now.
We have 3 rows, 2 of them 75 feet, one that's 100 feet. So it just seemed natural that we'd go ahead, after we got down here and got everything established, that we'd start ourselves a large garden.
I was raised gardening with my mom and dad. They always had a big garden, and my mom always canned and put stuff up for the winter, and pickles, lots of pickles. And Joe was raised kind of the same way.
Yeah, we had a large garden, same thing. My mom, I was always the helper in the garden, and that's probably where I got my love for seeing things grow, working the ground, seeing, I didn't eat any of it, and sat many a night at the dinner table with green beans on my plate because I wouldn't eat them. But I've always loved working outside, working with my hands, seeing things like that grow, and the harvest that you reap at the end.
So Joe started the first garden, and like you said, he didn't eat anything, but the chickens ate really well because we couldn't eat everything he had been growing. And by the second or third season, we decided this is kind of silly. We're wasting a lot of this good food. And we did a little bit of research and found out there was a farmer's market in Mount Vernon. And so about 7 years ago, we started taking our crop to the Mount Vernon farmer's market.
Yeah, so she says wasting. It didn't go to waste. The chickens absolutely loved it, and people always come over, and when they pick up our chickens, they're like, wow, we still send them all of our scraps, anything that's left over, anything that, we didn't get to, and it got a little bit too big. The zucchini is always getting monstrous, so we'll cut those open and let them clean those out. So, like I said before, I always had the opportunity to make some money, and we wanted to afford our kids that same thing. Our oldest son and daughter had already started a little mowing business, and so it was natural that they just keep on doing that. And the younger two wanted the same opportunity. Well, I'll let Beth tell you what happened there.
So they thought they wanted to try rabbits, and this was before they were even in FFA. So our older son did his SAE project with the mowing, and they weren't in FFA yet. So we just thought, okay, we'll try rabbits. And my dad was kind of the go big or go home like Joe, and always willing to build whatever the kids needed. And so he built this great big rabbit hutch, and they got 6 does and 2 bucks. And the saying is true that about rabbits, we quickly had over 100 rabbits.
And at that time, it was pre-pandemic. After the pandemic, rabbits were like the thing to have. Well, this was before that, so we struggled to get rid of them. And we'd end up taking them to a farm auction and getting little or nothing. And what like my parents had done for us, they furnished the hay truck that we used. They paid for the gas and upkeep. As long as we were willing to work for it, we could have the proceeds. We do the same thing with our kids with the mowing. Our son and daughter, we provide the mower, we provided the gas, and as long as they were willing to go out and make the effort, and we let them have it. They were in charge of it. Same thing with the girls. We'd pay for the feed as long as they were willing to do it. Well, the rabbits, we'd go to those farm auctions, and if we got 50 cents a baby, it was really good. So we quickly abandoned that.
Yeah, we felt like it was a lot of work for not much profit. And so the one thing we did notice while we were at the farm auctions is that guineas always sold. No matter what, they could get rid of the guineas for basically the same price for all of them. And so the girls then were in FFA and needed an SAE project. And so they decided to take over our chickens. We'd had chickens
for years,
our entire marriage almost, and had kind of learned what to do with chickens since we'd had them for so long. And so did a little bit of research, wanted purebred, and so they needed some pens to separate those chickens.
And there again, enter Beth's dad, who loved to build and help.
He and Joe sat down and kind of designed a chicken house, and Dad went to building chicken houses, and his friends would come over and say, "Why do you have all these little houses in your yard?" And he's like, "Those aren't little houses, they're chicken houses." So we got all the chicken houses moved here, and then Joe and the girls used lots of cattle panels and chicken wire and built 8 individual runs to keep them all separated. We bought them a nice GQF incubator and started hatching chickens.
Yeah, and a GQF incubator
brooder
as well. And yeah, those pens that we built we've always had trouble losing chickens with stuff getting in. Well, we put regular 16-foot cattle panels and then welded wire over them, and we've had such good luck keeping our chickens safe. And it's just been so much better than what we had before.
Yeah, that'll be another video, but
yeah. So where we are now, we sell chickens. We let people come and see them, come and pick them out. We have our blackberry starts that we have been selling for the last few years, and almost inevitably when someone comes out, they're like, "Do you have a YouTube channel?" We're like, "Oh no, we've never even really thought of that." And for the last couple of years, it just kept getting asked, and finally we decided
we're gonna make a YouTube channel.
So this is our first attempt at an intro video. I've actually been doing videos all of last year. I've probably got 8 or 10 or something like that. I was just toying with it, seeing what, if I could make it make sense. And so this is going to be our initial video. Hopefully when this one's out, we'll get another one from last year put together. I went through the whole season. It's not real close together. I have lots of gaps, and it was really hot last year. Some other things that happened, and life happens. So we're going to be rolling out some more videos, hopefully one a week or so, and then we'll catch up with where we are in 2023.
We always need to fix things and do stuff, and the first thing Joe does is watches a video on how to do that. So
absolutely. Our
goal is to help maybe make some things easier, make some things more enjoyable for people to be able to do. And it's crazy how many people will ask us or think that we do all this stuff, and it just seems like life to us. So I guess.
And I'll be honest, I watch a lot of videos, and a lot of the stuff that you're going to see, someone else has already done it. I may try to improve it a little bit or make a little adjustment, but a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is stuff that I'm watching on YouTube, and maybe you haven't happened upon it, so it may be something that's retrofitted, but hopefully we can inspire people to get out and do things that don't think that they're able to do.
Yeah. So our goal is to teach and provide a little bit of entertainment along the way, and hopefully you can follow along with us and learn a few things.
So this is our announcement, and we hope that you guys will all subscribe, hit the like, share it with anyone that you think might be interested, and we'll see you the next time we have a video right here on the Hidden Haven Homestead.